All right, welcome back, everyone, to Group Chat. We have special guests to start off the episode of the brand new hit podcast, Modern Prescription.
Thank you.
No fanfare, huh?
Yeah,
no
fanfare. To the stars.
I'll laugh for us.
How are you going to feel when most people are listening to our podcast instead of yours?
I have that's what we're going to make money off your podcast. I have no problem. Actually, I prefer if you guys did way bigger than us and we could cut down.
Or we'll just throttle you like TikTok does videos.
That's true. Like Thrillers. Thriller going to be the next TikTok?
Yeah, Triller's the next.
Yeah, Triller.
So Jeff obviously has been on the podcast before. Known him for 20 years probably now at this point.
Yep, 20 years.
Deepak,
20 days.
What?
20 days.
20 days. But you're Indian, you're a doctor. I feel like I know you.
We have to have common friends. I refuse to believe we're like 1 degree away.
I mean, if you say you're an Indian and a doctor, I kind of know most of your life. The only part I don't know is the fact that you're a surgeon in Beverly Hills.
Yes,
Post that, I have no idea how your life has been. But I can kind of gauge.
Even that's like anti-Indian. My parents are like, what are you doing? Just take a job in Texas. You make lots of money.
Oh, you're from Texas?
Yeah, I'm from Texas.
Okay. Did you go to college out there?
No, I went to college on the East Coast, and I spent like the next 15 years
That seems
of my
like
life.
he went to a really fancy college.
Ivy League.
Yeah. When you say East Coast, like, I went to school up north at Stanford.
I did one of those combined medical programs. So I went to DC for GW.
Okay.
And that was great. It was also all Indians in the program.
Of course.
And then that's where I met my wife. And then I did residency in North Carolina and then came out here for fellowship in life.
Okay, got it. And why are you a plastic surgeon?
I'm a plastic surgeon because I had to be a doctor. That's just that was my only option as a kid. And then once I
Are your parents doctors?
My parents are not doctors, but my brother's a doctor, my sister's a doctor, and I'm a doctor.
Damn.
And it was mandatory.
Wow.
And when I was a kid, I kind of thought that was mean of them, but now I appreciate it because life's great.
Yeah, I mean, I saw on Instagram on your close friends, I saw you were drinking a bottle of Opus One, a Macallan 25. It looks like some oysters.
Wow! I've never done any of that.
Wait, I'm more offended I'm not on close friends yet. I'm scanning the stock fucking commercial photos.
Yeah.
See, I've only known you 18 days. 20 days. 2 more days, you got it.
I'm actually too paranoid to even have a close friend.
You definitely shouldn't have close friends.
I share everything in the open. There's no close friends for me.
Yeah.
Do you have to actually pick the people you're in the close,
you
or it's automatic?
No,
you
they'll curate a close friends if you want.
Yes.
Instagram to do that.
Based
or
on who
can
you
just
engage
remove,
with.
Yes.
Got it.
Do you guys have close friends lists?
No.
No.
No, yeah. I do it because, I don't want to share everything about my life with my patients. I have a lot of patients as Jeff does too following you. And so you just don't want to misconstrue things, They think you got to keep it
I think
separate.
what's hard is, as a doctor doesn't mean you're not a human being and do all these other things.
We know you're definitely not a human being.
You're more than a doctor.
More than just a doctor. We've been to Miami with you plenty.
What happens in Miami with Dr. Toole?
Nothing. Beautiful walks on the ocean. And,
he's doing meditation in the morning.
All that
Coconut
stuff.
water as he arrives.
Got it.
But I actually think it's important to humanize doctors.
Yeah.
So
You're
you
not
can actually
intimidated.
educate your patients like you can do a balance.
Yes. And it's so important.
Everyone's intimidated by doctors. I'm sure you guys obviously know that.
Yes.
No one wants to share what they're really doing.
No.
Yeah, I think for me that's a big part of why a lot of young people feel comfortable being my patient is they tell me the craziest shit they're doing.
Let's hear a couple of things, maybe from some of our friends.
All our friends.
You use their names.
Is our primary physician for most of our friends.
The point is, it's not for me to be able to keep you healthy. You got to be honest with. I'm doing drugs. I'm having
orgies,
unprotected orgies, and whatever else. I need to know that to keep you healthy.
Yeah.
So sometimes I may, recommend they do things more or less or whatever. But bottom line is, I need to know in order to be.
That's fair. How many of your patients are having orgies?
Yeah, what's the percentage?
Other than Elon Musk.
So plastic surgery, you are a specialist in nose jobs.
Yes.
Why'd you pick the nose?
I picked the nose because of mentorship, to be completely honest. My mentor did noses, his mentor did noses. So it's kind of like I joined this lineage since 1950s. Our practice has only done noses.
Wow.
And it was kind of cool to me. And also I love
Do you have a nose job?
No, and if I did, it would not have been a good one. Okay. I get told that online, like one of the biggest things, I'm going to say this to all of you right now. Don't tell people they need a nose job. It's so rude and condescending. I get that told to me all the time. All the comments on my Instagram and my YouTube are all these kids in India or in Russia, and they're like, he needs a nose job. The doctor needs a nose job. It's so rude.
How much is a nose job? Give me a range.
A range, I would say, the average in America is probably about 7,000. In LA, I would say it's probably closer to like 10 to 12,000.
Damn, you're rich.
That's the rent. That's that Beverly Hills rent. Someone's got to pay for it.
It all goes to the rent. It does.
Now I know how you must have cases of Opus One in your home.
Can we get an invite? Jesus Christ.
And so,
don't ask me how much I get to make sure someone is safe preoperatively to have the nose job. Because that's like $123.
Hold on. The other question I have is how many people are faking the deviated septum to get the insurance to cover it?
Okay, so that's great. So in the 80s and 90s, that was literally
I grew up with a lot of kids who did that.
Everyone in my high school had a deviated septum.
But there's two reasons. So one reason is just to like, the embarrassment of having a nose job. Oh, I just had a deviated septum. Yeah, there's actually insurance fraud.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep. So good point. Both points. So the first one socially is what every celebrity does because they're not worried about the money. They're just worried about the presence of being known. So like, back in the day when the celebrities got outed, like Ashley Simpson, things like that, it was deviated nose, deviated septum. But now what's happening is everyone's used that for insurance purposes to get their nose job paid for. Insurance companies caught on and now they reimburse nothing, almost barely nothing for septoplasties.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're coming out of pocket.
They're coming out of pocket, and it's sad because a lot of patients need their breathing fixed, and they want to come to someone like me because they also want to do the cosmetics, right? And they don't want an ENT doctor who's not specialized in plastic surgery, but I can't accept insurance because they pay literally nothing. So, the average range for me is between 10 to 20,000 for a nose job, and then whatever they can get reimbursed from insurance goes directly to them. We don't accept it. But
so, wait, question, real quickly, 1 second. A $20,000 nose job, that means your face is fucked.
That means, no, usually it's the opposite. Usually it's a really normal face that just wants a little subtle refinement,
But for 20 grand, I mean, what's the range? I don't like.
Yeah, the range is,
10 is it like 30. A hook nose?
10 to 30. Yeah, like a hook nose. 10 to 30. 10 to 30 would be the range in America.
30? Wow.
Yeah.
It just went up. 30 is like you're really rich. He's like, poor Jeff is here slanging COVID tests. This guy's doing 20 grand. How long is a nose job? 1 hour?
Mine take about an hour and a half. I do a special technique, closed scarless rhinoplasty, so it's a special technique, about an hour and a half to 2 hours.
But that's an all-in of like all the consults, visits.
Yeah, consults, visits, post-ops, anesthesia fee, surgery center fee, nurses. You have to pay everyone.
Yeah, he's like, LeBron's drinking Camus wine. I need to upgrade from Opus. No, but hold on. You brought up an interesting point, the deviated septum. So people who actually have breathing issues now can no longer get that covered by insurance?
So they can if they go to a doctor who is in network and just accepts insurance payments. But the problem is those doctors are not the ones that you want to be doing cosmetics on your nose.
Got it.
And so that's the tricky part.
So they're just functional, not aesthetic.
They're like an ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Yeah.
So some facial plastic surgeons train as ear, nose, and throat and then do plastics on top of that. So they're specialized in both. Many of those people, if they're mostly doing cosmetics, can't take insurance because insurance boxes you into all these rules. So I have the same thing in my practice. If you take insurance, you have to abide by all of their rules. So if someone wants services that are not technically insurance covered services, you can't really offer them in your practice. So if someone wants to have, let's say, me on text, to be able to text me on a weekend or after hours, that's not a billable insurance thing. So if you're in network, you can't actually offer that or bill for it. And you could actually get in trouble for doing these services if you're in network.
Got it.
Basically, the way you can just bill, the way it becomes capitalism and you can bill for what you're worth and what people are willing to pay you is you have to be out of network.
Okay, so now that we have that covered, if I want to get, I talked about this earlier, my 40th birthday is coming around September. I want to go on HGH. You recommended against it.
I personally do, yeah.
You said one, it makes you darker.
It does. The melanin in your skin will get darker. And so you see a lot of these guys who are in their 30s and 40s, the weightlifters are on it, and all of a sudden they're super tan.
Okay. Your brother would love that, Jeff.
He would be on testosterone?
I mean, just to be darker.
No, but explain why people do it.
Open up his whole file.
You guys are doctors. You guys are doctors. Explain why civilians who aren't athletes choose to be on HGH?
Jeff can take this one.
I think it's that wanting to feel vigorous, young. Everyone wants to feel young. So, in your 20s, you can lift more weight and you look, better with your shirt off. And then
it's sex.
We all, yeah. I mean, that's what life.
You have more sex.
Your sex drive is so much better. Like I feel like all the guys who are doing it, it's because of sex. Like a lot of the older patients,
really,
they just want to have more vigorous.
Why don't you just have Viagra?
It's different because Viagra only makes your penis hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't give you endurance.
Is that the technical term, penis?
Yeah. Penis.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, penile. I didn't want to use a derogatory term. That's my experience. What I've
really,
wow. I think so.
But it helps you. But it helps you be more fit, right? If you're on HGH.
Yeah.
And you look younger.
I mean, what's wrong with this?
So you look younger, you're more fit, and you have more sex.
But the other,
where's the downside? And you get darker. Most people want to be darker.
There's other risks like cancer risk and stuff.
Okay.
Because it's a growth factor, and so any growth factor potentially could be a cancer risk in and of itself. But if you have any predisposition, or if you have like pre-cancerous stuff going on, and then you start pumping HGH into the body, that could be bad.
Got it.
So there's some things these things are never clinically tested in a trial. And so we don't really know what's your increased risk, but there's for sure an increased risk of some type.
Got it. And so, interesting. And then in terms of the podcast, you guys are releasing an episode every Tuesday.
Yes.
What do we hope to accomplish every Tuesday?
Well, I mean, in general, we're going to be the biggest medical podcast in the world.
Okay.
But each Tuesday, basically what we do...
the number one medical podcast in the world.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
But what we do, so we talk about, what's going on in the news in medicine. We have, I think unique takes, as far as one person being an internist, one person being a plastic surgeon. So both on the beauty side, the health and wellness side. And then we are going to start to, I think as we go forward, have more guests on, both kind of people maybe, to talk about their own health experiences, other doctors with other professional opinions on that we want to share with our audience.
Yeah, and influencers. And one thing, like for me, any piece of content that I ever make, whether it's podcast, TV show, even, stuff I do on Instagram, one thing that always stuck with me, like Tony Robbins has this quote, and he says that, we wake up in the morning sometimes and we feel shitty for no reason at all. We watch and consume content that makes us feel shitty for no reason at all. Why don't we just wake up in the morning and feel good for no reason at all? Why don't we watch content that makes us feel good for no reason at all? Isn't it the exact same thing? There's no difference. Yeah. So our whole goal is to give medical advice with a modern prescription that's a little lighthearted. You don't always have to be scared of medicine. It can just be a normal part of life.
Well, that's sorry to interrupt, Jeff, but that's one of the things that gravitated me to just working with you guys was it's a very much similar approach to how we have on business where we don't, it's not that serious at the end of the day. Yeah. I mean, yours is because, people might die and shit, but like
Jeff says.
I mean, you guys are wearing scrubs. It looks like, you're in Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. We both work today.
But I think it's important to like, I don't know, just simplify all these things, whether it be finance, whether it be medicine, whether it be health. I think everyone's intimidated by everything they don't know.
Totally.
And I think what you guys are doing, listening to the podcast, it just makes even someone like me that, I see a doctor maybe once a year, is just keeping myself informed of just health and wellness issues as I get older. And one of the things Jeff said, I remember, this is years ago, like no one goes to the doctor before they're like in their 30s. Like what did I go? Maybe twice in my 20s? Yeah. Because I just was feeling such shit. I had to go. But it's like, we don't take that stuff seriously. Most of us aren't good at the preventative stuff. And then we go when it's too late.
Yeah.
And I was seeing that even with my own father, just like how he lived his life. So in regards to my dad, just seeing him pay for everything later in life and, just being educated. I feel like no matter how smart you are as a human being, when it comes to your health and wellness, people are very ill-informed.
Yes,
I mean, the mask thing is the biggest thing. I see very smart people, at least I thought they were smart, argue about the effectiveness of a mask, effectiveness of social distancing. It's mind-blowing to me that how many people are not when it comes to health.
I have one last question. One last question, other than unless Dee has others. keto, no carb. What are we supposed to eat? We hear every diet under the planet.
So I think you really do need an individualized approach. So it depends on a lot of factors. So I think you guys are vegetarians, right? So it's going to be much harder for you to keep the carbs down in general. So, but you really need to tailor someone's diet to what their health goals are. So if their health goal is losing weight versus their health goal is gaining muscle versus their health goal is controlling their diabetes. And then also as people get older, you have to be even more specific because certain diets like the keto diet is very hard on the kidney. Because you're creating so much acid, ketones or acid. And so you may want a keto diet to lose weight, which may be good for you, but if your kidneys can't handle it, that you could get really sick from it. So these are all things that are really important to focus on and something that most doctors don't even talk to their patients about because they have 10 minutes to see them. But I think that's an extremely important part of being healthy, obviously.
In the upcoming episode, we were going to have some nutritionists and some experts on these topics.
So we should stay off Instagram for which diet to choose.
What about TikTok doctors? Do you guys like 14-year-old TikTok doctors?
My main advice on the diet thing is a lot of the fad diets can help you lose a couple of pounds, but they don't. The ones that change your whole life, where the rest of your life you're going to be healthier, have to be sustainable enough to stay on them.
Got it.
And so those tend to be better.
Or HGH.
But sometimes these fad diets...
Yeah, like Hugh Jackman's got to be an HGH.
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't say
Guy's Wolverine, right? Isn't he?
Deepak's like, I think his nose. I don't know.
HIPAA.
I got his blood work before his nose job. He definitely was an HGH.
I did not do that.
Yeah, this is another one you may notice. So when people get this like red, leathery type of skin, where it's like red with little sort of white dots around the neck, around the chest, that is a sign of someone taking testosterone.
Wow.
Regular testosterone.
But that's not steroids.
Well, testosterone is a steroid.
Okay, but why would you take that?
Same thing. Stronger muscles, more vigorous, more sex drive, more power.
This is all about fucking.
No, what are athletes taking? What are the guys in the NBA taking?
Well,
they just don't get caught. I know they're all on some stuff. NFL, baseball,
depends on
whatever.
their testing, so they can't take anabolic steroids anymore. That was obviously the number one thing to take.
But they always say that the testing's always behind the drugs.
Of course.
In athletes, right?
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of HGH, testosterone, definitely. Which athletes are doing it, it's hard to know, but probably most of them are taking something. And they're being optimized by their, concierge doctors, like someone like Dr. Toll.
That's not true. That's a lie. I don't do that.
Who do you have on the Lakers,
How many MVPs and World Series titles and championships
why did you fly to Orlando this weekend?
If we start seeing Jeff sitting courtside anywhere, I'm just assuming that team
Jeff's
is
in the bubble.
Yeah, Jeff's in the bubble.
I wish I got that testing contract in the bubble.
How do people find you on social media?
I'm at Deepak Dugar MD on Instagram, and Jeff Toll is at Jeff Toll MD.
Deepak, you're really graphic with the surgery videos. I've been watching a lot of them. You had Mia Khalifa. I was like, damn, the nose is like jiggling. I was like, damn, he really showing the surgery.
People want to see a little bit, but not too much. So it's always teetering that line of how much to show and not. Some guys post these videos of like whacking the nose with a hammer and blood squirting across the room. Those guys are nuts. I don't understand that. So I show a little bit.
Oh my God. All right, we're gonna get into the rest of the episode.
Okay, guys. I'm back. We swapped out white guys. Dr. Jeff left. I came in.
Yeah.
So I'm much less educated. I don't know about steroids or HGH.
And we lost an Indian.
And we down one Indian. So that was good though. I was listening. And I really like, the thing that I really like about those guys is they really take the stigma out of the scary doctor interaction.
Yeah. I remember.
Maybe it's also because I know Jeff.
Yeah.
I've seen him party.
Yeah.
I know he's one of us.
But he's a good guy.
Yeah. And I know he's not judging, because he can't say shit about anything I do.
Yeah. It's so true because if you think about growing up and going to the doctor. So our doctor, Dr. Katz, who was like
I
an
forgot his name.
our pediatrician was like in his 70s or 60s.
I feel like he was his 70s the entire time we were.
Yeah, right.
He's probably still in his 70s.
Yeah, he's still in his 70s.
Yeah.
And he was so friendly, so nice, and like always chatted up with my mom, chatted us up, and like made us very comfortable. But the reality is, when you look at someone that age, you don't feel comfortable speaking with them.
Yep.
And
and it just feels judgy.
Yeah.
You just feel wrong the moment you go into a doctor's office.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's cool. I really do think the pod, like even the clips and stuff I've been seeing, like I think that there's a lot of value in, like you guys said, the same way we try to simplify business and make it fun and stuff like that, like making that stuff fun could like be a lot of help.
Yeah.
Okay. What is up with the beef? We had a really funny, so the Taylor and Anand beef.
Yeah.
Is raging, even though Taylor kind of waved the white flag a little bit, but
I don't know if he did.
Yeah,
I think
he legitimately sent the white flag.
Yes, but then he snitched on himself.
Yeah, so he first writes a text Friday morning at 7:30. Honestly, fantastic analysis of me on the podcast today. I agree with also everything you guys said and appreciate the feedback. And I said, haha, good content. We love you, Taylor. And then Anand said, it's all from a place of love. Hope we didn't go too hard.
So let me just put a stake in the ground right there.
Yeah.
That is, guys.
Yeah.
Understood. All good. He literally sent a meme of a waving white flag.
Yeah.
You guys made peace.
Yeah.
We're all good.
No,
All good.
so do you know what I read that text? It's like he just listened to like a Naval pod, like welcome all feedback. All feedback's good feedback.
Yes.
Whether they shit
Somebody
on you
wrote
for
a newsletter about that over the weekend. One
really?
of the tech guys.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And he was like, you know what? I welcome that.
Yeah, I don't welcome criticism. Let me tell you. Then, a minute later goes by, there's a text from Taylor.
Oh. Probably saying like, thank you guys.
Dude, LMAO, which I believe means laughing my ass off.
It does.
So he was laughing his ass off. Huh. Did you listen to group chat this morning?
That's weird.
Fucking D taking the credit for getting us off Facebook. Like he told us that. Lol. They said nice things about you, but called me arrogant. Those old boomers don't know shit. Call me after you listen. Let's shit talk those idiots. Oh shit, meant to send that to Parker. Disregard that.
Oh,
so
my.
here's the thing.
There's controversy because we have different views.
That's true.
Okay, what's your view on it?
D has a view, Anna has a view, I'm in the middle.
So my view is Taylor just can't help himself from being normal. Mm-hmm. And he just couldn't be like, okay, thanks for the feedback. I'm going to send something nice to these guys and just be cool and we just move on. Instead, he tries to be the funny, clever guy, sends a fake text to Parker.
Yeah.
And tries to pretend it was a text he sent to Parker, but he intentionally sent it to us, and then tries to be funny guy, shtick guy. I'm just big guy, I'm annoying as fuck guy.
I think you're giving him way too much credit. I think he just fucking hit the wrong person, the wrong text.
Yeah, I can't tell. With Taylor, I can't tell.
Yeah.
Because he's also, like, he's the type that would make that clumsy error, but he's also the shtick guy.
Yeah.
You know?
And what's sad is we'll never know because we know he's a liar, so he's just gonna lie either way.
Yeah.
And either way, like this is the point. Regardless, is he waved the white flag.
Yeah.
He had a nice moment. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over, and I feel like our relationship was stronger because of it.
Yeah. And now,
help it.
Now my feeling is fuck Taylor.
Yeah. And then I think he wrote back like, "This is war. Fuck you, Taylor."
Yes, I did.
Like,
he tried to be like, "Oh, it was a good therapy session." He said, "Fuck you."
Yeah. And actually, for the record, I think that's when he waved the white flag.
Yeah.
Is after he got caught.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "No."
Yeah. So fuck you, Taylor, and Parker. If you're involved with this, fuck you too.
You took that call. Yeah.
And you know what?
Took that
fuck
phone call.
Too.
Oh man.
We should get a pile of their sweatshirts and just burn them.
So I think either way, he can't help himself.
Yeah.
Because whether it's stick guy or he accidentally sent it, he didn't learn one thing.
No, he didn't. And now we're right back to where we started.
Yeah.
You know, and I need to know where Parker stands because I thought Parker was just a sweet, friendly man. But
he might be the devil.
Yeah, the fact that Taylor feels okay sending him that text.
Yeah.
maybe there's something we don't know.
Get Parker on next episode.
Okay.
We need
Guilty by association. You're only as good as the people you run with. And Parker, if you're running with Taylor, you're an asshole too.
Yeah. Unless you're willing to come on a pod and throw him under the bus, we can't protect you anymore.
No, I agree. Okay, so that's where it is.
You're not the quiet, nice guy in San Diego.
That we thought.
Yeah.
No. All right.
Like if you're friends with a serial killer and you know he's killing all these people, you go to jail too.
Yeah. Parker, we're talking about you. Shtick guy. Shtick guy number 2. Okay, so that's the update. I mean, people really are enjoying these updates, and I just, it was almost over, but I guess not. Okay, real quick Corona stuff. So all of the word that I hear is that this week LA's getting put, I don't know if you guys talked about this with the doctors, LA's getting put back into like phase 1 super lockdown.
They're threatening it.
So we'll see, but cases are through the roof everywhere. Corona's hot, on fire. I think Florida had like record-breaking numbers.
15,300 cases they're reporting.
Yesterday. One day.
Okay.
They're just saying, we're testing more.
Did Trump finally put a mask on?
He did. He was at the Walter Reed Hospital visiting veterans. And I guess, I'm sure they were like, you have to wear it. It's a hospital.
Yeah, come on. And you're visiting old heroes.
The sad part, it was breaking news that he wore a mask.
Yeah.
And this is why 130,000. How many people do you think would have survived if Trump had worn a mask 4 months ago?
I would say at least half.
Right?
That's crazy. 65,000 people.
So that's, 9/11 was, I think, 3,500 to 4,000 dead on American soil.
Yeah.
We're at 130,000 dead from Corona.
Yeah. And I would say at a bare minimum, 30,000 unnecessary dead.
And keep in mind, these deaths happened while we were social distancing, while we were, there's a lot of the deaths happened post-lockdown.
Yeah, we're fucked. I mean, I'm sure I just forget what normal looked like, but it looks fucking normal outside.
Yeah.
Right now. Like when you drive here. There's people
Which is crazy because everything's still closed. Where's everyone going?
I think I just forget normal, and normal was probably way more packed. But like people are out on every patio. Like I drove by Saddle Ranch the other day on Sunset.
Oh, yeah, I live
and they just
right
made their whole parking lot tables because the rule is you can eat outside still.
Yeah. I think people are enjoying outside meals. It's really hot to be sitting outside.
But there aren't that many restaurants that even have the facilities to open outside.
I know,
you just put tables and you just go.
No, I agree. But if you just like look around, how many restaurants are really even open?
I know. But
it's not that many.
Like people are out.
The people are out.
I mean, there's traffic, clearly.
Yeah.
We ran at the beach. It was busy.
Very busy.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the story that I wanted to talk about is LA Apparel, which is an LA blank manufacturer. They make the hottest, like just for all of our listeners, especially the more streetwear inclined, like the famous sweats that like Kanye wears, and just the cut and those perfect sweats that everyone wears that are hot in streetwear are LA Apparel, famously their blank. And they make really great blanks. The point is, they had like a devastating, they had 300 employees get Corona. And I forget the number, but like multiple deaths. Like
4 deaths. So the city of LA has shut them down. I don't think. So those that don't know, this brand was started by Dov Charney, who started American Apparel.
Oh, he started LA Apparel?
Yes. And
after the American Apparel?
Yeah, American Apparel went bankrupt. Gildan absorbed it. He was, kind of down and out and just grinded his way back up to starting a business, started getting some momentum. And
this guy's just cursed, I think.
He's reckless. Yeah. He was so... If you go read the history of American Apparel, it is the most reckless in modern fashion history. The way it was run. The sexual harassment, the just breaking of the rules. He's no regard for rules.
Famously, in front of a journalist, he started masturbating.
Yeah.
That's like a known story.
Yeah. I mean, it was in the article.
Yeah, it was in the article.
Yeah.
But what are you doing that 300 fucking people get Corona? Like, this isn't happening at anywhere.
So what's happened is, a lot of these LA factories turned into mask factories, and who were making T-shirts, and so was he. My guess is his business took off, and
the mask business
took off, and he just chose to operate recklessly and probably wasn't testing. Apparently, he got shut down in June where they had 100+ cases, and nothing changes. And now we're here, and 4 people had to die. And my guess is you're done. Like, you don't exist anymore.
I mean, I love LA Apparel's clothes, but I don't think they should.
No.
Like 4 people died.
That's insane to me.
Like you don't hear about that anywhere.
No, you haven't heard that even. So, Amazon had one case, right?
Yeah.
And we don't know where that person contracted it and whatever, but that person passed in one warehouse in the entire country.
Of Amazon.
And you know how many warehouses they have?
Yeah.
Hundreds.
But even like you hear, like one of the big outbreaks in LA was Javier's in Orange County. But how many people was that? Like 8?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either, but my point is like, that's like, whoa, severe outbreak at Javier's in Orange County. It wasn't 300 people and 4 dead.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's
at what point does it become criminal?
Well, that point, definitely somewhere in that area.
So, I don't remember this in the 80s or 90s. If you knowingly had like HIV and you had sex with somebody, were you charged with a crime?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
You were, right?
Now you definitely are.
I believe it's a felony.
Yeah, if you knowingly have HIV and have unprotected sex, so that's a crime.
There are people.
If you have any STD and knowingly.
Yeah. So okay, so there are people that get it, know they get it because they get the test.
Yeah.
And they're not getting retested, and they're going out into the world.
Yep. A lot of that.
A lot of people.
I bet you there's a lot of that, and I also bet you there's a lot of people that like have every symptom and just don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean,
don't
we've
bother.
heard so many stories, unfortunately, of party lowlifes that we all know of that are in Malibu, contracting it, in Cabo, partying.
Cabo this weekend.
Cabo was nuts.
COVID
Really?
San Lucas. COVID San Lucas.
They should close the fucking border. We know so many infected people in goddamn Cabo spreading their fucking face off.
LA people went.
Yes, everyone.
All the billionaire influencers, Ghislaine Maxwell types.
Like the whole gamut.
Everyone's there this weekend.
Why this weekend?
I don't know. I mean,
COVID gathering?
Yeah. Someone probably throwing a party.
Because Mexico has they have a really bad problem with it anyway, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, people are idiots. We're fucked.
Yeah, there's no sense of discipline. People have too much FOMO. This is, by the way, still the summer.
Yeah.
When, quote unquote, it's supposed to be the lowest chance of spreading.
And all the reports say that like the shocking new news is it is so hard to spread outside.
Yeah.
And like that's why Italy was so bad is because everyone was indoors with their families.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to fall time and everyone's back inside after contracting corona all summer, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's America. You know, I just don't think the American psyche is built to handle this exact problem. Like, I think this is exactly the weak spot. If there was some sort of patriotism behind it, we would have been fine.
Yeah.
If there was some sort of whatever, we would have been fine. This is the perfect thing that the American psyche is like, fuck you.
It exacerbated the worst qualities of our country. Divisiveness, politicizing everything,
entitlement.
arrogance, entitlement, exceptionalism. Oh, it's not here.
Yeah, not here. Even the FOMO element of us.
Yeah.
Of like, okay, I get it. People are dying, but you don't want me to go to brunch?
Yeah.
Come on.
And what's funny is we keep, we like to criticize other countries. Other countries are open and back to normal.
Yeah.
I think most developed countries are resembling what January and February look like.
I think our news stories are in line with like Brazil and like
Brazil and India. We're the 3 worst countries in the world.
Third world.
Brazil, India, US.
And think of that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And there's now a photo that's going viral. There's a pub in London that says Americans allowed but have to be accompanied by an adult.
Oh my God.
We're
how much they are
stock.
soaking this up? After 4 years of Trump, to be able to have this
This is the dunk. Boom.
Yeah.
COVID was like the 360.
We're getting dunked on right now. Damn it, man. What about, how is Disney World opening?
So they open on Friday.
But isn't that where NBA bubble is?
Yes.
So we got a bubble inside of an open Disney World.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the head of parks is like very pleased with the demand. People shared pictures and videos inside. It looked pretty empty to me. I mean, I think people were wearing masks. I'm just, forget that they opened. Good for them. They figured out how to safely open. What?
Did they figure out how to safely open?
I mean, it's Disney. There's so much liability for them.
I think Bob Iger your entire career, your entire legacy is based on this reopening.
So my guess, it's not going to go well.
There you go, Iger.
I mean, Florida. How do you have Florida with these record crazy cases? And meanwhile, you're opening. Like, in what world does that go well?
Disney World.
Happiest place on earth. It's the happiest place on earth. You're right.
Most infectious place on earth.
Yeah. When Bob Iger obviously knows the risks and you're being so careful, you're doing this crazy outlandish plan with the NBA, you know how crazy this is. Yeah. But then 100 feet away, Disney World is open?
Yeah, so like you said, Bob Iger is basically designed the Orlando bubble for the NBA.
Yeah.
The NBA completely relied on him from every reporting that's been out there. And do you see the restrictions they have?
Yeah.
We could see on Instagram.
Yeah. They can't even eat real food.
But not Karen's.
They get swabbed every single day.
Yeah.
They're tested. So they're tested every single day and still required to wear masks to play cornhole.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what's crazy. That's what blew my mind about.
So that's like Bob Iger knows how to protect rich people.
Yeah. That's what is so crazy to me.
Well, he's like, if these dumb idiots want to come here and take a picture with the mouse, fuck them. But $240 a ticket or whatever it is.
I mean, isn't like if you go to Disney and you catch Corona, you're suing.
Yeah, 100%.
So they're going to have 100 lawsuits
easily, and you can't even prove if you got it there or not. It's just for the liability of having your place open.
So you should go to Florida. You know how we just contract Corona and sue Disney. Give it a shot.
I'm absolutely up for it.
You might get a
sue
settlement.
the mouse.
Yeah,
you might get a $150 billion company.
Yeah.
So you know how we get spammed by ambulance chasing lawyers, if you've been in an Uber or Lyft accident. When are we getting the Corona spam?
I'm sure it's already out there. For sure.
It has to be.
And if there's any that would like to advertise, you can contact us over at MelloStreetJournal.com.
And we'll even do the testing with Dr. Jeff.
We got the testing. Yeah. We'll slander the business that screwed you.
It's going to be one package.
And God forbid you get a punch in the face, we'll get you a nose job.
Oh, man. Holy cow. Okay. And then what about in Texas? So we made fun of was that Alabama where they had the Corona party? Okay, so they had a Corona party in Alabama. It looks like they had something similar in Texas. Mm-hmm. A gentleman who was 30 years old went there, contracted Corona, has died.
Yeah. And what's crazy is he kind of documented on Facebook, hey, I got it. I don't feel so well. Hey, guys. And then it says progression. And then the next post is like his family saying that he passed away.
Did they say if he had a previous health condition?
No, they haven't shared with that. He's 30 years old.
And that 41-year-old Broadway guy died.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, we look at everything as stats and numbers until it's someone you know, right? When it's your friend and it's your grandparent, when it's your thing. Other than that, it's just a statistic. 0.1% die. That's nothing. No one dies. But when you have hundreds of millions of people who live in this country, thousands of people are dying.
Yep.
I mean, it's so irresponsible the way I see people talking about human life. Because if it was your life, you wouldn't want it to be like that.
No. This guy, just before he died, he looked at his nurse and said, I think I made a mistake. I thought this was a hoax, but it's not.
Yes.
This is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So even if it was sensationalized, I think it's important that this doctor release this because I don't know what it's going to take for people to take this seriously. Because most people still aren't taking this seriously.
No.
Yeah,
we have an entire economy shut down. People still won't wear masks. Just financially, selfishly, you should take it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the economy's cratering in front of her.
If Trump got it and died, people would take it seriously.
No, they'll say I was fat and old.
Well, I think the people that would blame fat and old already believe in it. I think that crowd.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I think that
at this point, it's the same thing. If
like Mike Pence needs to get it or something. Like there has to be. That's the only way. I don't know. All of the non-masker, my body, my choice, has to see someone. I don't know. I mean,
I don't think so. I think it's so much of a freedom rights issue at this point.
So you think nothing can do it?
Nothing. I think we're so far beyond fixed. We're fucked.
You might be right.
And I think it's going to be a state by state issue on how states and cities handle it. And then when the dust settles, America is going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
And there'll be cities that took it seriously. Like New York City had no new COVID deaths today.
Yeah.
0.
And this is
We
why
need Cuomo in office, man.
when people like laughed and thought it was funny that Trump's the president, like he caused this.
Yeah.
His inability to take this seriously, and he took his big swing that Corona wasn't real, not wear a mask, politicized it, I know we think Trump's a joke, but half the country, for 35 to 40% of the country, still worships him.
Yep.
And he's made it very clear that this is not real, and let's open the economy. The only reason we have more cases is because we're testing more.
Yep.
He refused to wear a mask until yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
And now our economy is cratering. People are dying. And 40% of the country still thinks it's a joke.
I'm legitimately scared about where this country could be in the spring. Like, I think after fall, winter, we could have these like record deaths. Our country could not be allowed to travel whatsoever because everyone else has handled it. Our stock market could have crashed. Our economy, we're still kind of in this pseudo lockdown. Like, that's very possible.
Very possible. I mean, if we don't...
I don't see a full opening until a vaccine. It's impossible the way we act.
I don't see how you could. Unless, it sounds to me like herd immunity is so hard.
And we've talked about, Bill Gates has said 2 to 3 million people have to die.
Yeah.
So we're at 130,000. We're not even at 10%.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's 15x.
Yeah.
2 to 3 million people have to die on this strategy.
And
Because
Bill
in the grand
Gates-
scheme of things, like hardly anyone has got, like if you really, I mean the numbers, like it's not that big of a portion.
And Bill Gates even came out and said, if you're making the vaccine go to the highest bidder because, it becomes like a profit-making thing, that's also very dangerous.
Yep. Because
it may not be tested. And they may say anything just to get the government contract to be the vaccine provider for the world. Right? So he's out. This is why, like, everyone who hates Bill Gates, conspiracy theorists, he does not need any money. He's just doing it to save humanity, and he's not going to be able to do it.
I guess this probably existed before the internet, right? I mean, to me, our whole country feels like the internet.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like internet has become reality, and reality has just become a reflection of the internet. Everything's a hoax, or everything's a fucking QAnon, or everything's a trending topic.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the difference was there was things like this passing through, but when media was controlled by 4 people, it was whatever narrative that those 4 people wanted to push. Now, some jackass can go on YouTube.
Or Russia.
Yeah, and let's just get into it because I think it's a serious topic. Is Wayfair, the furniture marketplace, is being accused of child sex trafficking.
Yep.
And the way they are apparently doing it is they have a cabinet or a couch for $10,000, $12,000, and there's a name attached to the style name. And then people on the internet are tracking it back to missing children and saying that Wayfair is facilitating sex trafficking. For those that don't know, Wayfair is like Amazon. It's a marketplace.
Yep.
So there are sellers and there are people like us that buy on Wayfair. The internet, it has been trending for 4 days. The internet truly believes that you can pick up a kid and a cabinet
on Wayfair.
And the thing is they're drawing their own conclusions and finding whatever confirms their theories. I have not been able to find a kid in a cabinet for $10,000. I searched all the names.
Yeah. You looked to see if there was a high price cabinet with a girl's name.
Yes, and I haven't been able to personally find it.
Well, they took them off.
So apparently, obviously, once you get
they
caught,
took everything off and then
they saw the internet.
put it back to normal price.
So hold on.
Yeah.
You know how you guys both specifically
point
are
at me.
like, I'm pointing. I'm pointing at both of you.
Yeah.
The anti-Snowden, how I always say what Snowden released is so important that we're all being spied on.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to throw Dee in jail for being a pedophile because of what he searched on Wayfair, they can do that. Because he was just casually trying to do it as a journalist for group chat, looking for little girls on Wayfair.
It's true. Yeah, it is true. I guess my argument against it is like, in what realm of reality would someone with that ability want to take Dee down? Like, what are the chances that would ever happen?
Well, I mean, if he was in a lawsuit with someone, they say, hey, we have all this data on you.
That you're searching for children on Wayfair.
Yes, we will expose you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But with the exposed, what are they going to find? There's nothing to find.
Intent?
Intent is not the same thing as actually doing it.
I don't know, man.
And privacy matters is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to argue anymore.
Here's the interesting thing. So the internet believes this is happening. Whether we like it or not, this is what's happening.
Yep.
Here's where I'll give the internet credit. 5 years ago, I would have just said, fuck out of here. And just not even taken it one bit seriously.
Oh, yeah. But today you searched it.
Yeah, today I'm done with, because after
today you tried to buy a child.
Yeah, today you tried to buy a fucking $10,000 cabinet named Lucy. You could have got a nose job.
What's funny is, this is not funny, but if you shop on Restoration Hardware, you would probably think they're giving you people.
I mean, the prices in hardware, that couch better, that fucking cloud couch better come with a child.
I mean, if you look at those prices, like I was looking at a table the other day, it was like $7,000 for a coffee table. I'm and then people are mad at Wayfair for a $10,000 cabinet.
Yeah, just like you buy a crib, it comes with the baby. Don't even have to
That's what happens. That's what really happens. That's how conspiracies start. Like, you can't justify why a cabinet would be so damn expensive. The only valid justification is it must be sex trafficking.
Yes, exactly. And so my point being is that 5 years ago, I would have been completely said, absolutely not. Yep. Then this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing happened.
I know.
And I just couldn't believe that people were like this.
Jeffrey Epstein was a big win for the tinfoil hat crowd.
Exactly. And I think, and then there's a picture floating around of Maxwell with supposedly the president of operations of Wayfair. So I'm like, no fucking way. So I started really looking into this. It's a picture from 2003 from someone totally different, not that person that they said it was. So the internet just put this poor guy's name on it and said he is now hanging out with Maxwell. The picture's from 2003, where Wayfair started in 2002. It was under a different company name then. So it's like,
oh my God, that's the problem. That's the problem with all these. When you start digging, those little things that would serve as like the proof.
How are Ghislaine Maxwell and Epstein a picture with everyone?
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's almost like it was part of their fucking plan.
I saw you post that thing on Instagram.
This is nuts. So Ellen Pao, who's a very famous of Silicon Valley VC investor, she was a partner at Kleiner Perkins.
She sued Kleiner for the gender discrimination.
She went on to go start her own fund. She was in a thing with someone else on Twitter saying that Jeffrey Epstein was at the Kleiner Perkins holiday party in 2011.
It's funny too that this is now the like way to just like throw shade if you're two rich people.
Yeah.
You know, be like, oh, wasn't he at your party?
Yeah.
You guys were real close, weren't you?
Why is Jeffrey Epstein at Kleiner Perkins holiday? There's no way Kleiner Perkins holiday party is fun.
He's everywhere. That's all they did was go
Definitely
to parties.
Not. In 2011, Silicon Valley didn't know you can buy fun.
Yeah.
Now they realize that they're in Malibu, they're in Cabo.
Yeah, but maybe they knew about Jeffrey. Why was he there?
Why was he at so many fucking places? And who was his photographer? All he did was go around every party.
He's with me all day. I can't get a fucking picture of myself. We need to replace me with Maxwell's photographer.
Oh my God, I know. You know he's looking for work. That guy will get you. Hey.
But I think you alluded to it. Drama is just like, this is the tipping point. Is every crazy batshit conspiracy theory real, or is this an outlier?
I know. Now we're fucked. There's just enough where they can be like, oh yeah, that's what you said about. Because think about it, like if you heard there was some island that was nicknamed Pedophile Island and Bill Clinton always flew there and all these world leaders and Prince Andrew and blah, 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 you'd be like, get out of here with your conspiracy bullshit.
Yeah.
And it's all true and probably crazier than that.
Yes.
You want me to tell you another one that's bubbling around in the TikTok?
Let's hear it.
Is that probably more, but I know Ellen, Howie Mandel, and most funny, Britney Spears.
Okay.
There is a conspiracy on TikTok right now that they are all being held captive. Mm-hmm. They are in trouble.
I saw those Britney Spears videos.
Well, Britney Spears is legitimately captive.
I know, but she's like legally captive. But the point is, they're held captive, and all of their videos are codes of cries for help. And so, like, what happened is Britney Spears, who has some mental illness problems, I think, and is under legal guardianship of her dad, or has some legal arrangement. She posted a really weird kind of out there video, like twirling around her. And then somebody wrote like, "Are you in trouble? Where are you? Tell us where you are. We will save you." And then the song of her next video was Malibu by whatever.
So that's
by Miley Cyrus. And then they're like, "Oh my God,
she's in Malibu.
It's a sign she's in Malibu." And then somebody in the 10,000 comments wrote, "If you're in trouble in the next video, wear yellow." And she wore a yellow shirt in the next video. And so like TikTok is just going crazy that all these people are being held captive and they don't know why.
Justice for Britney.
Yeah, justice for Brit.
Free Brit.
But pedophile, the topic of pedophilia in like, because Ellen's been blamed, Oprah's been blamed.
Yeah.
It's a big...
I had no idea that like the people were like this crazy about pedophilia.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, they're on it.
I didn't know it was so hot.
They said Tom Hanks didn't get corona. He got arrested.
Yeah.
Okay, well
that's the
that came out like right away, and there was a joke.
They said he was not. He didn't have corona. He faked it because he was getting arrested. Oprah got raided.
Yeah. This is what the internet, Pizzagate. This is Pizzagate. This is the nonsense of the internet.
But then you have that's
Epstein.
the problem. You have Epstein, and you have Bill Clinton, who seemingly might be the worst person in the history of the universe. If any of this Epstein stuff is true.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Okay. What is up with Roger Stone? Roger Stone's out?
Yeah,
Just free
he's
as
out.
a bird? Got
free
that Trump pardon or what?
Got his sentence reduced and he's out. He was supposed to serve 40 months.
What's his charge? Do you remember?
Interfering with the election.
Yeah.
Got it. So 40 months.
Minor.
Whatever.
Just a federal election.
I mean, that's child's play.
You know what? If you really put it like that, Roger Stone killed 130,000 people.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And Fox News. Let's throw them in there too.
Yeah.
Totally. I agree. Okay, so, I mean, he's got friends in the right places. So he's still a felon. He just doesn't have to serve any time.
I saw a picture of him and his buds. I don't know if this is getting released or post. Everyone says it was post. It could be on the internet. But him and his buddies just throwing up the white power symbol.
No.
How about Lindsey Graham, that piece of shit, tweets, he's 70 and it's a nonviolent offense. He should be commuted.
Yeah.
I hate Lindsey Graham.
These guys are they're just
gangsters.
stick to their game plan.
The
Yeah,
gangsters.
they do. I give them that though, man. I'll give them that because the liberals are too busy canceling each other to even know what's happening.
Yeah.
Like I don't think anyone's like canceling. No one's paying attention to that.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of that, there's a picture with Maxwell and like the Disney Foundation from like 30 years ago giving a check. And like Disney family members.
They know everyone. They took photos with fucking everybody.
I mean,
Where's Jolo Maxwell Epstein photo? Where's that?
You know that exists. For sure that
for
exists.
sure. Epstein was all over that one.
I mean, because if they were at like the Oscars, wherever they took that photo with Elon, they were at like the cool Hollywood things too.
Yeah. I mean, they were everywhere.
I thought they were like old money New York like gatherings.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were like tech,
Everything.
Hollywood.
I think Jeffrey Epstein's hustle was, this person made money. I know what a guy with money likes, hot girls, and then blackmail.
Yeah.
That was his hustle.
You think something would have circulated and be like, hey, just don't get a picture with him.
But people when that happens to you, you don't go tell people, hey, Jim, don't take a picture of that guy. He just got me, extorted me for pedophilia.
Yeah, plus he's like Leslie Wexner's guy. Like you're probably in the moment at an Oscar party, you're like on the fence. Like, I don't know, this guy's in the mix.
Or how much of it is like he got them a young girl and then afterwards says, she was 16.
I bet there's a lot of that.
Right?
Like I think
And
that's
they,
what
like-
could have
they're
happened
like,
to like Elon.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Elon probably wasn't IDing girls 10 years ago.
No. I mean, Bill Gates. That's the only soft spot in Bill Gates' armor. Is like, why the fuck
Were you
on that plane? Why? Like, you don't look like you don't look like you're having sex with young women.
No.
But if you are, then maybe this vaccine is a conspiracy. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he was part of the crew, then don't take Bill Gates' vaccine.
He was, though. He was on the plane.
I know he's on the plane, but if Maxwell can prove that he was down with the hanky-panky.
Oh, my gosh. If Bill Gates was down with the hanky-panky, I don't know who anyone is.
He doesn't strike me as a guy that's...
He's a fucking Think Week guy.
Yeah.
You're telling me he's going to Think Week and then
And
an
then Fuck
underage
Week.
girl week? In fucking Pedophile Island? Reading
Was he? I know he was on the plane, but was he at the island?
Unclear. I don't want to say.
Who was confirmed on the island?
Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was everywhere. So he was the most. Prince Andrew was there.
Yeah.
According to the girls.
And is that true that there's a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in his house.
There's photos of it. You can Google it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you can Google it. It's him in a blue dress.
That's everywhere.
Like with his legs up on a chair. With heels on. Insanity. Okay, let's talk about the biggest story. You know, the biggest story I would say last week, or maybe the beginning of last week, was TikTok beef. This is the reason, for the record, why we can't get anything done in this country that matters, is because these are the biggest stories, but I'm all for it. TikTok beef was the last one. This week, end of last week into this week, is Jada Pinkett.
Wow.
I mean, you were waiting for this one. I mean, you were just snoozing through until this one came up.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett. So Jada Pinkett, it first came out, August Alsina, who is an R&B singer, kind of like a Trey Songz type. Yeah. Never saw quite the success, but was mildly successful. I believe has a new album coming out.
Sure.
And in his interviews and stuff said, I had a full-on relationship with Jada. It was fully legitimate. We were in love, or I was in love at least. Will sat down with me and gave me his blessing, blah, blah, blah. Jada and Will's reps denied it completely. I think it's sort of caught on. I think everyone's heard these rumblings for years about Will and Jada.
Yeah.
And so everyone kind of half believed it, half whatever. Jada decided she was going to go on Red Table Talk and do an episode about it.
And I remember you said she's just going to deny it all.
I thought she would deny it all.
Yep.
I was wrong.
Yes.
So her and Will sit down and she confirms that it did happen. Now, she says it happened while they were on a break 4.5 years ago.
Not that long ago.
Pretty recent.
Pretty recent.
Yeah.
She described it as an entanglement, which has created an incredible amount of memes.
I mean, the best, if you want to have a great time, just hashtag entanglement.
If you want to have a great time and maybe you're just bored or maybe like all this news is getting heavy, sit down tonight. It's Monday night. Watch Jada and Will on Red Table Talk and then look it up on Twitter.
Yes.
It'll be the best hour you've spent.
So I had seen the excitement on the internet.
Yep.
I went over to Anand's place on their roof and with 2 other friends.
Oh, you guys made an event of it.
Well, it was no one was there yet. I got there really early.
Yeah.
And I said I'm going to watch this, and so our friend was there with us. So we listened to it on we put it on the big speaker and
like a Super Bowl party
together, right? And you know, he immediately said, "Man, they're like from the future."
Who said that?
My friend.
Okay.
And said, you know, they're from the future. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, maybe this is how it's supposed to be. So I was like, yeah. I said, when you are, my response was, these are 2 extremely well-trained, very wealthy, very smart people.
Yeah.
Actors.
That's the thing we got to be aware of.
Yes, and they're good actors. They're not shitty ones.
I mean,
they're like worth nearly $1 billion because they're very successful actors.
And everyone's making the comparison of Will's reaction and Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
And it's like, he crushed that role.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You hear these rumors about their relationship, whether they're true or not. We know that this Jada and August are definitely true. They have every intention to protect what they've built at the end of the day. And when if you look at that if you look at very impartial, the video, you're like, man, they're they're so open and they can just have, they're just they're best friends. We ride together, we die together at the end.
Bad marriage for life.
Yeah, bad marriage for life. And like, they look so endearing. And so you're just like kind of caught up in the excitement of it.
Yep.
And so, you know, so I was just telling him, like, dude, this is just a PR stunt, like, whatever. Anand comes up and he goes, did you see that bullshit? Jesus Christ. Anand is screaming and yelling, like angry, more angry than like anything about COVID or Trump. He couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was absolutely disgusted by Red Table Talk.
You guys are disgusted because you think it's all a front.
It's all bullshit. And I was in the office Friday and Pete was watching it. And I was sitting at my computer, I was like, is this nonsense really happening? Yeah. Like, I was overhearing the quotes, and I was like, this is a complete farce. It's so disgusting because their fans are average people. Yeah. Will and Jada are two of the most famous people on the planet because average people worship them.
Yeah.
Their life is not a reality for average people.
Yeah.
If this is the way you choose to live because you're rich and you have resources and you can disappear for 2 years because you can just go rent another $10 million house or $50 million
on the
house.
same property, have another house.
Yeah, and have another wife, another kid, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
You guys are rich as shit and have the resources. An average person that is living in like a 1-bedroom apartment is like going to go cheat on their wife or a husband because of entanglement. And they're going to go, where are they going to go?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, quarantine entanglements are going to be through the roof.
Oh my God. And I mean.
And like, do you know how many, I guarantee the people that are having marital issues because of cheating are going to point to that. Look, Will and Jada did it. Like, they can forgive me.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
So yeah. The only thing
I don't think anyone's wrong here.
So the only thing to counter, which I think, just hearing my friend's take on it as well, he's just like, maybe the way that we are told that relationships should be is not actually accurate.
I feel like this might have
set
your
TED
friend
Talk.
off in a bad direction. Your friend is the person Anand's talking about.
So I'm sure you know that there's an author. I don't know who she is. She has a whole thing how monogamy isn't real. She does TED Talks. She's at Summit Series. Do you know who it is?
I don't know who it is because...
there's one famous woman who does this.
And our other friend reads it a lot.
Okay.
I think it's a friend that was probably on your roof too.
It might be the same friend.
But no, I don't know. But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, there's some famous woman. She's a famous author. Writes about how monogamy isn't the way we're built. She does TED Talks.
Yep.
And I know personally friends of mine, females, that buy into it.
Yeah.
That are just like, yeah, she's right.
Oh, for sure.
They're in committed married relationships.
Yeah, there's a whole movement for that. Like the same way there is for like meditation. Like there's like a whole group.
And that's what I'm saying is that I think there are a bunch of people, like we have a lot of friends, maybe marriage isn't meant for them, but they want to have children. So what do? Right? Like there's going to be the same way we're now, accepting on the gender issue, how many variations there are. I think in relationship status, that's going to be, I don't think it's for everybody. Like, I don't think that's going to fly in my house.
Yeah.
But like, there are people
Just put a red table. You're all good.
Like Jada said.
Put the red table.
We ride together, we die there.
Right? Put
and
it
then
up.
she, boom, boom, boom. You're dead, all right.
I mean, there is, like, if you really want to go philosophical about the construct of what society mandates of everyone, sure, then just choose not to get married.
Yeah.
No one's forcing anyone to get married.
Yeah, that I agree with. I do think
that's the part I don't get is why do you feel this pressure? If there's nothing wrong with living that type of life, but why do you feel this pressure to need to like have it all? Like
I'll tell you why. Because the one thing when you have children, being married is nice.
Why?
It's just a better experience for the child. That's why. I think
but
that's
just
why.
Say, do you think the kid understands? Like, do you think the kid cares if you're technically married or
if you don't live together?
So forget. Yeah, I think you're talking about two different things.
Okay.
You're saying if a couple lives together and have a child and they're in a relationship, it doesn't matter if you're married or not.
Yeah, I'm saying why?
Okay, so
does
that's
the
different.
word married matter?
You're saying it's different if you have a kid and mom lives one place, dad lives somewhere else, and then the kid's bouncing around.
That's not the ideal situation for a child.
No. I would argue that would just be bad parenting. I agree with you.
So you think the better parenting is the two single parents live together with the kid. They bring home whoever they want to have sex with.
Yes.
And the kid's just seeing people fly through the house.
Yeah. So here's what I think. I think, this is my belief. I believe that you can get married or you cannot. I don't see the difference. I'm not fully informed on the tax benefits and all those things.
It's not that impressive.
It's not that good.
It's ceremonial.
Don't do it for taxes.
Okay, so other than that, it's purely ceremonial.
Yeah.
It's something we do.
Yeah.
The other thing is I am also a firm believer that if you bring a child into the world, you should have both parents. I think that's really important by any means necessary.
Yeah.
But I don't care. If you're in an open relationship and you, like, sure, you shouldn't be like saying goodnight, sweetie, and like this guy's walking in and it turns into a fucking orgy.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do that.
Day at the Smiths.
Yeah, but like who cares if that's how you want to structure your life? But
So
to the kid, they have
Here's where I think it's selfish, and if it's proven fact, if kids have both parents, they turn out better.
Yes.
Right? There's like numerous studies and statistics
LeBron?
show it. He's an outlier.
He's an anomaly. Yeah.
No, but my point is, if you can't have it all in life.
Yeah.
So if you want to live this like free swinging life, don't have children.
Yeah. And
Don't get married.
Yeah.
No judgment. But if you choose to have children,
But I think you can have kids and be in an open relationship. I just think you have to navigate it very
yeah. So, I
intelligently.
mean,
like,
yeah.
what if you firmly do not believe in monogamy, but you want kids and you inform your kids when the age is right on how you live, how other people live? It's their freedom to choose the same way it is yours. But you were both there and you weren't, like I said, making your house an orgy. I don't have a problem with that. Like, do your thing. I don't see how it would work.
yeah, that's the point.
I could never pull it off.
It's a theoretical exercise that it's just not
You read
realistic.
Jerry Weintraub's book, right?
Yeah.
Didn't he have some sort of arrangement like that with his woman?
Yeah, it was a long time ago,
Yeah.
but I think so. Yeah. But I think there's probably a lot of people do. I mean, I would argue that Will and Jada might very well, yes, they're rich and not the epitome, but I do think you could do it on a more regular level. I would argue that they have some sort of arrangement and their kids seem pretty solid, all things considered.
But they have the resources to give their kids everything.
And do we know that they're solid?
No, we don't, but
I like Jaden.
they just seem so open-minded and like,
Yeah, because August Alsina's over. Margot Robbie's probably over.
like I think there's
Just
something to
everyone's
that.
over.
Yeah. They're like, I think there's something to like, I think you can accomplish it all. I just don't think, I don't know why you need the marriage thing is the part that I don't get.
Okay.
I agree. You don't need the marriage thing, but you also don't need to have children.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, I mean,
Just go have your sex
I don't know. I
parties.
think my only complaint is, I don't know.
You want a situation where you get to have the kids, you get to have free-willing sex with anyone you want.
And
I don't, just to be
No, I'm
clear.
good.
and the
just
kids
saying.
magically are grown up normally.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
This isn't fucking Disney World. Bob Iger can't fix this.
I wonder if anyone could, because I don't actually, now that you lay it out, I don't know confidently that anyone has pulled it off.
No one has.
Well, we have to see Jaden and Willow. They'll be our best example because we know this is what they're doing.
They seem so cool.
Let's see in 20 years.
I don't feel like they're out like doing coke and being crazy. They seem so nice. I feel like they know that they can do whatever they want in life. They can be lesbians. They can be gay. They can have 3 lovers. They can just have a nice, great.
It would be interesting to see if like 20 years from now, Jaden's just like a suburban dad in Calabasas. Just like a regular.
Yeah, maybe the
married,
opposite
2
happens.
kids. Yeah.
Maybe when you have like a preacher father, you turn into a Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
And when you have
Swinging father.
Yeah, you turn into a nice judge in Sherman Oaks. Jaden Smith.
Good social experiment.
Yeah, I
at
don't
the
know.
expense of Willow and Jaden.
The only thing that I think I do feel like there's a little bit of concocting a story, and I just wish like if you want to explore a style, like be really open about it. Like I wish they were just really open about like here's what we do, here's the challenges, and maybe they are. Maybe that's what that interview was, but it does feel like I'd like to just why don't we just know the truth?
Yeah.
And just see how it's working.
Yep.
Anyway, that's the big news.
I mean, I feel like we're gonna get more here, like.
Yeah, because now the internet's on it.
The internet's on it, and like so, the internet was convinced Margot Robbie and Will Smith had sex. That was Friday afternoon.
Yep.
They
There were some
convinced-
photos of them like cuddled up on the red
Yeah.
carpet and stuff. After they did that movie together, what was it? Focus.
Focus, great movie.
Yeah.
And
It
the
was a great
memes
movie.
we've gotten.
He
are,
definitely did it.
Pete thinks Will hit it.
But also because Will said, "I'm going to get you back," and the internet loved that.
Yeah. And,
So they're
and then
like,
she
"Oh, look
said
at you
that in
already
an
and she said, "Yeah, I think you've already done that."
Yeah. To me, that part is a part they should have edited
Yes,
out.
they
Because
should.
that looked like the truth.
Yes.
You know? Like to
That's
me, you
what
should have just been like, "Yo, we're all good. Cut it. Like we're this happy family." That part felt a little too real.
And then that part. I wish you'd just start dropping names.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what led us to here, just to continue the saga.
They want to be the
It's an
Kardashians, and
open-ended
that's a
thing.
sad thing because I think Will Smith has such a great volume of work that I've thoroughly enjoyed, and he's turning into a reality shit show.
I'm surprised they even did that at all.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
If you had just not talked about it,
What's
it
the
would've gone.
upside? Unless you want to be a Kardashian.
They want the attention.
Well, he now has a big stint on social. He's only been on for the last year or two?
What is
so
YouTube?
I think it could
was
be,
his 50th birthday, right?
I think so, yeah, that he got on.
He's still a young guy. Maybe he's like, you know what? I need a second act.
Yeah, he'll be living to 100. Easy.
With all that.
Yeah, and plenty of sex drive, as we now learn.
Yeah, that's probably why he was on it.
Yeah, he's fucking everything.
All right. Well, I'm sure there'll be plenty more. The internet's on it. There was this thing that went out of 50 Cent supposedly DMing, but that was fake.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that originated from Michael Blackson, who's a comedian.
Oh, okay.
He posted the same thing essentially. And he claimed his was real, but I don't think his was real either.
Yeah.
And then 50 Cent
just edited
reposted it. But I think a lot of people thought it was real.
I thought it was real.
That's the genius of 50 Cent.
He's amazing.
He was quick too. That was up within.
And I have this weird feeling. It's just him in his room, sitting on his bed doing all this. I don't think he has like a team. I think he is just. He's been like this since he started and since we got to know him.
Yeah. I mean, that video came out of him throwing chairs at that guy. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And the point is he was eating outside like everyone else on a fucking little, veranda with his girlfriend with no security.
Yeah.
And he's probably sitting there tweeting bullshit.
Yeah. And what's crazy is someone tweeted when he saw all that kind of barrage of insults at Will Smith, he's like, no wonder this guy got shot 9 times.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. He is not changed.
Like that when he was 18 years old.
For sure.
Just
Can you imagine him
annoying.
like in Queens in the streets just being that guy?
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, think about how he came out. He just started dissing everybody.
Yeah.
I just he's also an anomaly of like uncancelable. Like he'll still like make gay jokes and stuff.
Oh my God.
But he's like, keep in mind the meetings he's probably having, like producing these shows and stuff.
He's the only reason why the Stars is even around.
Yeah. Like he's having legit meetings, but he's then calling people gay on Instagram still and nobody cares.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lane if you're willing to be.
You got to
50
fully
Cent.
lean in.
Yeah.
You got to Sheryl Sandberg it.
Yeah.
If you lean into uncancelable, you're fine.
Yeah.
All right. Good break for some ads. Pete, you got lawyer's office or what do you got?
Something like that.
Sore throat? Feeling a fever? Come on down to group chat.
Spread.
All right, guys, welcome back to the ad portion of this podcast. I am your boy, Pete, and today I'm bringing you something really, 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 really cool that you're going to absolutely love. Now, you've heard me talk about Clean Monster before. I've come on and talked about their Lavender Peppermint hand sanitizer. This stuff is amazing. When you're out there if you're going to the gyms or you're out in public, you're going to the grocery store, they give you these sanitizers, just smell funny, right? I don't know what's in them. It seems like they're cutting them. I don't know what they're cutting them with. They're just gross, right? It's time to mix that up. It's time to change that narrative about hand sanitizer because at Clean Monster, their Lavender Peppermint hand sanitizer not only is skin nourishing with their vitamin E and lavender oil and peppermint oil, but it also sanitizes your hands. It's perfect. It's a little spray, you right on your hands, boom, you're sanitized. But today, as a special offer, we're bringing you their variety box. Guys, their variety box comes, for those that aren't watching on video, I'm going to describe for you with the box, and you're going to be blown away at the end. So much so, you're going to head over to cleanmonster.com and get a box for yourself because you're going to be so well prepared from this box alone, they'll be set. You'll be set for a long time to stay clean and keep those around you safe. So what you get in the box is 3 4-ounce bottles of the Lavender Peppermint hand sanitizer. So these are great to keep one in your car, one at your home office, one at the office if you, for some reason, are still going into the office, and then one in your significant other's car or anywhere else you could possibly need hand sanitizer. It's always important to have it on you. So with 3 of them, you'll be well prepared anywhere you are at. Also, you get 3 masks. The big thing right now is making sure you have a clean mask, cleaning your mask. But with 3 included in the box, you don't always have to wash it right away. You can go, oh, I just need a clean one. Why don't I pop the clean one on and I'll clean the other one later. With 3 of those, you'll have a clean mask ready at all times. These are great 100% cloth masks. They're amazing. I use them all the time. We all use them here. They're great, handmade right here in LA. They're perfect. Love these masks. 3 of those Clean Monster face mask. And this is the really, really cool thing. So what they're including in this box also is two 0 contact key ring openers. So what these are, again, for those that aren't watching video, I'll describe this to you. This is a little key opener that you're going to put onto your key ring which is great for touching buttons you don't want to touch. You don't want to get all germy. You want to keep the germs away. This is perfect for that. Not only will it touch the little grimy keys at the gas station, at those credit card stations, it's going to take those germs away from your hands and put them right on the key. Don't worry about touching your hands. Do it. Let the key do the work for you. Plus, it's got a little door opener attachment on it as well. So instead of touching those doors, simply use the key to open up that door and keep the germs away from you. Again, you get 2 of those in the box. Now, you're probably asking me, Pete, this has to be expensive. There's so much off in here. 2 keys, 3 sanitizers, and 3 masks. It's got to be worth hundreds of dollars. No. Today, I'm bringing you a special price. If you head over to cleanmonster.com for $39.99, you get this entire box. Again, that's $39.99, $10 off the original price of $49.99. This will leave you prepared to keep clean and keep those around you safe for a long time. You'll probably need to come back and grab another box soon enough, but this could easily get you through months and months and months of staying clean, especially with, again, the 3 hand sanitizers, the 0 contact key openers, and the 3 masks. Guys, stay prepared, stay safe, keep yourself safe and those closest to you. Go ahead over to cleanmonster.com, grab the variety box. Thank me later. Okay, let's get back into today's episode.
Okay, we're back. Can you guys tell me, you guys are the sports reporters here, Woj.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw Woj trending on Twitter. Tried to kind of dive in. I see that he's a reporter of some sort. Something happened where he fired off a fuck you email to a senator. Mm-hmm. He got suspended. What's going on in this whole debacle?
Anand?
So Woj is the premier NBA insider. He breaks every trade, every story. He's the guy. He's the best in the business for the NBA. Apparently, a senator from Missouri wrote an email to ESPN and the NBA saying, because the NBA released, these are the 12 slogans or 15 slogans were allowing players to wear on their jerseys. So it's like Black Lives Matter, I Can't Breathe, and some other stuff.
Oh, so they've reduced it to they can choose from a list.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So the Players Association and the league said these are the acceptable slogans.
Got it.
And the senator said, why aren't you talking about like free Hong Kong, stand up to China, because NBA has a notorious public spat with China that they basically caved.
Yep.
And Woj responded, fuck you, to the senator. And ESPN has thus suspended Woj, and the senator said, don't suspend him, just talk about China. And the NBA, in my opinion, like the senator's probably not a good dude, no, but he kind of has a point.
He has a great point.
That's the problem, man. It's too easy nowadays to get caught in the like selective wokeism.
Yeah,
you can take a nap real quick when the word China comes up.
NBA is gonna have to face some real challenges really soon on this China issue.
Yep.
If TikTok gets banned in America, it's going to come down to NBA, China, Nike, these companies that clearly benefit from China exposure. If you are like, you can't speak about certain issues and not speak about others. You either got to speak on all of it or keep your mouth shut. If NBA just distances itself from political activism, that's fine. But like,
yeah, it's a jam, man.
Yeah, you can't pick and choose when you want to be self-righteous.
Yeah.
no.
I mean, China is committing human rights violations left, right, and center, and they're having imprisonment camps of Muslims just because they're Muslim.
Yeah.
Like almost 2 million people. They just...
they're stealing our data.
They're stealing our data. They just effectively took over Hong Kong 20 years too early.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be
2024.
passed
us a fucking virus.
Yeah.
That's killing hundreds of thousands.
The reason why we're in a bubble?
Yeah, the reason why you're in that stupid bubble eating that Firefest food is because of China.
Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah, I mean, it's this is where America can actually win, in my opinion. It's going to be a financial hit to the NBA. I have no idea what NBA revenues come from China. I'm sure it's TV contracts. I'm sure Nike is probably benefiting the most. But if they just say, attack them, say, ban us, screw you, we don't care. We know that China, at the end of the day, needs America for culture, sports, culture. They're obsessed with this stuff. You know, when I was on, what is that road in China, in Shanghai? I think it's Nanjing Road. There's the biggest poster of LeBron I've ever seen in my life. Yep. Like literally twice the size of the one in Cleveland.
Really?
Yes, it was that big. On one of the busiest streets in Shanghai. And I'm like, oh, wow. These guys like basketball over here.
Yeah, and this is why China's so effective. Because they can just squeeze you. They made one of the biggest cultural things that we have, which is the NBA. And they basically said, shut up. You're not saying shit to us. Because you want our money.
It worries me. Does it not worry you guys that let's just say that doomsday picture I painted of the spring, economy's decimated, people say whatever, and then like there's this heated up China beef. Doesn't that just feel dangerous?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't think people realize how dangerous the U.S.-China situation is. When U.S. was fighting Russia in the 70s, 80s during that Cold War period, Russia was like a powerful country, but they were just broken up the USSR. Like, it was falling apart.
Yeah.
I mean, the country was, right? And China is on the way up. Everything about China is hot right now.
Yeah.
Economy's hot. Their companies, they have the most influential social network. They have the biggest gaming companies. They have the biggest this, they have the biggest that. They have some of the best entrepreneurs, the best engineers. What we're competing against is a very worthy opponent.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I understood US and Russia had all these issues for years, but like I don't think Russia was anywhere near where China is today.
No, definitely not financially. And this is where social media is actually working against us.
Yeah.
Because you could brush all these things under the rug and we never have to realize about activism in sports.
No. Why are we worried about Jada in August?
Yeah.
Who cares?
And now you have, it's the ultimate jam up. You have the most progressive league in the US, which is the NBA, most outspoken about activism, just turning a blind eye to something happening in front of everyone's eyes because of money.
Yeah.
And I love the NBA more than anyone, but I at least recognize it.
I mean, the one thing NBA can take a page from is if you double down on America and you say, you know what, screw you, China. We know nobody in China watches the NFL.
Right.
And there's nothing bigger than the NFL.
Yeah.
That is so American. No one outside of America really watches the NFL.
Sure.
So, if you really lean into the American side of this, you could still have a massive business. Nike, on the other hand, may be jammed up. They have a lot of sales.
Or you could have just stared China in the eye and say, we're not backing down, turn our games off and see if they do it.
They would.
They would.
Yeah.
Don't you think the Nikes and the whatever have just as much to gain? Like they're pushing for it just as much as the NBA is?
In terms of shutting up?
Yeah.
I mean, my guess is Nike has a lot of influence over the NBA.
Yeah.
And they're probably telling them, we write you guys a big check.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if it's Nike telling
the
NBA and the athletes to shut the fuck
Nike's
up.
$150 billion market cap company.
Yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah, I mean, and you have everyone in the NBA outspoken against Trump, which I support.
Yeah.
And they shut up against China.
Yeah.
They say, it's nuanced when it comes to China.
Yeah. Because the check comes.
Yeah, that check makes it real nuanced.
Yeah.
I'll be nuanced too.
Yeah,
right?
for real.
I'll shut up.
Real quick.
You can shut us up.
Yeah. Not more than a podcaster. That's my t-shirt.
Yeah. Shut up and pod gladly.
Yeah.
Okay, other thing is my favorite CEO and founder, Elon Musk, big news on the internet because he just passed Warren Buffett for his net worth. I feel like Warren Buffett's a little like over the hill.
So, do you because of Dave Portnoy? Is that your only?
Yeah.
Maybe it might be.
But
For some reason, I didn't have that idea. Damn it! I'm a fucking jock.
He got you.
So, keep in mind, part of the reason why Warren Buffett's wealth has gone down a little, he did give away like $50 billion. On top of that, he's still one of the richest men in the world.
Okay, that'll do it. I thought he was just super late to all the tech stuff.
So he was very, very late. The one thing he did do really, really well in the last 5 years is he went all in on Apple. I think he owns 5% of the company.
Got it.
Wow.
And he loaded
Hell,
up at
that's
$140 a share. It's at $380.
Yeah.
Half of, I think, Berkshire Hathaway now is Apple stock.
Got it.
So he has seen, considering the companies he invested in have not grown as much as all the others, he's still done extremely well.
Yep.
And my guess is if there is a correction in the stock market, which at some point there will be, Warren Buffett's investments are probably going to hold fine.
Yep.
And then we'll have to see what happens to like a Tesla.
Yep.
So obviously Elon Musk is just passing everyone in wealth. He's just like,
but his stock's also like, it doesn't stop going up.
It doesn't stop going
I
up.
feel like this has to like plateau a little bit, right?
I mean, I think at some point, but who knows when. Here's
Like, is
the
there
thing.
room for it to go significantly higher?
Why not? If there's people willing to buy it.
Yeah.
And right now,
He just has to keep hitting dates, right?
I don't
If he
think
keeps hitting production
He doesn't have to do
dates.
anything. He needs to
Nothing.
just fire off those tweets.
The
The
tweet- there's
Kanye
nothing to
tweet
do with
This
probably.
is all perception.
Yeah.
Kanye tweet probably added $10 billion to his net worth.
Kanye fans were
he
like,
has
you
a
know what?
big-
I fuck with Tesla.
Yeah. He has a big battery day coming. That's
Yeah.
supposed to show he has a battery that can go over 1 million miles.
And then he said, self-autonomous, we're ahead of everyone.
Yeah, but he's always lied on that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But he said
Fuck it. Fuck it.
Keep
Keep having threesomes and fucking whatever the hell you're doing.
And there are $20 billion of short bets against Tesla. $20 billion. That's insane.
Jeez.
So I think a lot of people are betting on it to fail.
Are the short bets still coming in?
Yeah, I think every day the stock goes up, there's more and more piling in. Look at a $250 billion market cap.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's so good. What a crazy. I can't believe it. Okay, tell me about Goya. The CEO of Goya.
I had no idea what Goya was.
Is this guy a Latino?
Yes.
And Goya is a Latino-owned
food business.
food business.
Yeah.
And this guy's an outspoken Trump supporter?
Yeah, so he went out on, went to the White House press conference. He went out and kind of supported Trump, and that caused a shitstorm where people were boycotting Goya foods. So I legitimately had never heard of the brand. Obviously don't go to the grocery store either, so I'm not a good
Me neither.
good barometer on how big this business is. But apparently it offended a lot of people, and people are saying they're going to boycott them. The thing about this is, if you're the CEO of Goya, you made a business decision that you thought going and endorsing Trump in front of the country was a good idea.
Yeah.
So he may have known his audience likes it, even though we're seeing the shitstorm. Like, I could write, cancel Goya, but I've never bought Goya, so what do I care?
I'm looking at it. It's like canned foods.
Yeah.
It's like canned beans at the store. You
Yeah,
think anyone's canceling that?
Yeah, and so, maybe he feels that his audience is not going to be really affected by it. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, everything else that was canceled didn't really get canceled. Like Equinox, Soul Cycle.
No.
What else was canceled? Chick-fil-A. I mean, no one canceled that.
Yeah, if anything should successfully be canceled, it's Chick-fil-A.
And they're still
too good.
Yeah, exactly.
There's just no way. The same way people buying their Goya like canned beans aren't gonna stop.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I see a lot of anger and outrage. It's so amazing to me to watch adults on specifically Twitter. I don't see it as much on other platforms. Some on Instagram story. The anger people have over everything.
Twitter's bad.
I mean, why do you care what the CEO of Goya said?
And none of it ever works. Like, I'd love to see a study and graphs on companies that were canceled. Like, how many actually anything ever happened?
It doesn't matter.
There's too many companies. I can't keep them all
There's too much
straight.
to cancel,
Yeah.
man. Like, you told me I can't have Chick-fil-A, go to Soul Cycle, or
Goya?
get my refried beans?
Right.
Fuck off, choose one.
But then there's all these like little connectors, there's parent companies that are attached. I'm just like, it's too complicated.
If you start digging into parent companies and where people's political leanings are, you can't do anything.
Yeah, you literally will be very disappointed with everything you're wearing, everything you're eating, everything you're drinking.
I mean, Puma and Adidas were started by Nazis.
Yes.
NASA's original scientists were ex-Nazi scientists.
Yes.
So fuck the moon.
Yeah.
Fuck spaceships.
Your Yeezys.
Your Yeezys, your Pumas, Meek Mill.
I mean, what was BMW? I'm sure they were making planes.
I mean, wasn't the Volkswagen designed by Hitler?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. And you can't even go drive your Tesla because fucking Elon had a photo with Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah. Damn, man.
Take that one to the bank.
It's tough to be like someone. You know, it'd be a really funny like Vice piece is like living one week truly as a woke consumer.
Like you can't go to Starbucks.
Nope.
Hell no. And you have to truly research everyone. If there's any ties,
every brand, everything. Your bed, your this. You bought this couch on Wayfair. You're a sex trafficker.
Yeah.
Day 2. I haven't eaten. I can't do anything.
I have no bed.
I'm suffering. I have no bed. I have no house.
For real, man. Okay, and then the last story that we have, I just love this. The whole idea of this, I don't really know much about it, but this guy, this tech CEO, apparently was in like this video that went viral saying some crazy shit. You know, kind of one of the Karen type of things. Yeah. And now he has been placed into anti-racism school.
Yeah. So this happened in Carmel Valley. He's a Silicon Valley startup founder. He's 37 years old. Michael Lofthouse, the founder of Solid 8. I watched this video. He had like this weird smirk on his face. They're videotaping him.
He looks so hateable.
Yeah, he looks like a guy you would hate. Oh. And he says, "You fucking Asian piece of shit." No. And then he said, "Trump's gonna fuck you." I don't know if that meant sexually or...
Hey, you know, the Epstein thing. You never know.
And so he's now come out because, you know, he obviously was destroyed all over the internet. I have once again begun my journey back to sobriety. Likes to throw it on blame alcohol.
Oh, so
everyone likes to blame.
All of a sudden, you get racist.
He did seem drunk. I thought he was.
Okay, but don't blame an excuse.
No. I'm not blaming alcohol. I'm just saying.
I just stand with alcohol. I stand with alcohol.
Don't dare try to take alcohol down.
I know. There's nothing wrong.
Take away my guns. Take away my freedom. Do not take away my alcohol.
I've been drunk a lot of times in my life, and I never got racist.
No, but I'm just saying. All my statement is right now is just saying. I think he was drunk at the time. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Sounds like you're sticking.
Now you shut up. I have once again begun my journey back to sobriety and have enrolled in an anti-racist program with immediate effect. My comments toward the families involved were racist, hurtful, and deeply inappropriate. So what is the anti-racist, racist club that he just recently joined?
I would die to know. I would die to get like an online seminar.
I mean, what is it like? What they do is they have the first day is, okay, we're going to walk into a Costco and we're going to torment you. And try not to say a racist thing. Yes. A black person's gonna come up to you first, then a Mexican, then an Asian, then a this.
Yes, 100%. What do? You flash like a white face, a black face, an Asian face, and like, tell me which one is good. All of them.
I mean,
I don't like.
I actually think it's an incredible business. Like I felt like there was a rehab facility for jewelers and video game people. There should be a rehab facility for racists because here's the thing that's going to happen is that companies are going to end up firing everybody because their staff is racist. Yeah. So eventually the real thing will be, okay, we sent Michael to racist camp for a month and he got it all out of his system.
Yeah, this could have been better than your jewel rehab facility idea. If you had an anti-racist and you could get certified, hey, I'm no longer racist. I have my certification.
Check my card.
And to get a job, you can prove not racist.
I haven't said the N-word in 3 years.
Yeah. you get your coin.
You get a coin.
Like AA. It's been 48 months since I've said the N-word. What the fuck, man? You can make a killing.
I think this is such a genius idea, especially if you go next to like really big companies. Like there's something about California, like Northern California and then the suburbs of Southern California, which are very racist.
Yep.
Like those, because the companies there are still kind of woke, a little liberal leaning, but they have a bunch of racist employees.
Yeah.
That, you know, like.
If you were the CEO and you could say, hey, I only hire official non-racist certified people.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
Off the hook.
Yes. And, you know, this sounds like a Dave Chappelle skit, but from Chappelle's show, but like this is going to be a reality.
Yeah.
There's going to be anti-racist certification.
There's also a woman, and I don't really want to comment on it because I don't want to be on the wrong side here. She wrote the book White Fragility. Yeah. That's like blowing up right now. Mm-hmm. And it gets a lot of backlash from a lot of people, but I don't know. I haven't read it. But she apparently is making a killing speaking at all these companies.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You just right now, it's a perfect time.
Yeah.
Now you go to all these big companies, they pay you a shit ton to speak to their staff and tell them you're fucking white and fragile or whatever.
You're white and weak.
Yeah.
They just
Stand up if you're white and weak.
I mean, it's a good time to be like an anti-racist teacher.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Maybe that'd be maybe my side job now. I should get into that.
You don't fit the
You don't
bill,
fit
though.
the mold. We don't. If you show up as the anti-racist teacher,
Like, I don't know about that. Looks like
I have
white
black friends,
supremacy.
okay? I have Asian friends. I have black friends. I know all about that.
That's how you start.
Yeah.
That's how all the Karens
Yeah.
start.
Yeah. No. I have a black friend.
Yeah.
It's one, but it's one more than a lot of
I
people.
think that's part of the certification.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to prove you have multiple black friends.
Yeah, you need to have at least like 6 black friends.
on
at least.
social media.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
And-
have 3 posts on social media with people of color.
And
Yes.
they're tagged in your photo.
Yeah,
Right.
tagged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have 5 comments on their pictures on how much you
Yep.
love them.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that.
It's like a new episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
We could really make this. We could
You have
really
to own
start.
30% of your closet has to be even black designers.
Yeah. You have to be able to Dougie.
Yes. I can do the dances. I learned them
yeah,
from
you might
my
pass.
black friend.
You might pass. All right. That's all we got.
Oh no, we've got some more things.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. What do we got?
Well, one is kind of breaking right now. So apparently we've got a first invite to the bubble for a hot chick.
Oh yeah, I saw
So
that.
some girl tweeted out, already got an invite to the bubble.
She blasted it?
Yeah,
She
the
said-
season definitely ending early.
I already got invited to the bubble. Yeah, the season definitely ending early.
Everybody's trying to guess who it is, how she's getting there. Barstool just
She's like
wrote
an
something.
Instagram, like thotty girl, or
Yeah, well, her ad tag is ugly_Anna. So I don't know if ugly Anna's getting in, but
She looks like she's getting it.
yeah, she's very voluptuous. So I think she's
getting in. She's
got the
a few
pass.
bubbles of her own.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, she's getting in.
So also second thing with my growing popularity,
Okay.
something happened this weekend.
Okay.
I'm out at Sonoma Wine Garden, hanging out
Wow.
with my friends. Only 5 of us, so we kept it under 6.
Okay.
I go to the bathroom. I'm standing there in line on my phone, and all of a sudden somebody goes, "I'm sorry. Are you Pete from group chat?"
No way.
They didn't.
I have photo evidence of it too. I go, "What?" Like I didn't even recognize it. I go, "Oh yeah, I'm Pete from group chat." They're like, "Oh my God, we're such big listeners. Ask me for a photo."
No.
I
You
almost
gotta
denied
post
it. Yeah, I have the
man.
photo. I'll post it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to stop this. We got to get Pete
They
off
were
the
like, my
mic.
boyfriend spotted you from like across the way, and he like
Oh,
DM'd
yeah.
the page. I went in on the page. The guy's like, asking if that's me.
Oh my God. That's
So,
unbelievable.
needless to say, it has all gone to my head. I am.
I mean, you're already at Sonoma
Wine
Tours.
Garden.
It's just like a nice little restaurant.
They have great
Listen,
French
Oh,
fries,
man.
by the way.
Yeah.
Well, what do your Wisconsin friends say about this?
I think I give a fuck. I'm big.
Sorry, I asked. Okay. Sheesh. All right.
I don't think they have any concept. So,
Okay. Cool, man. Well, fuck. We got to be careful here. Pete's going to get
Yeah.
mildly famous.
I mean, we already have Deepak and Jeff talking about how when their podcast is bigger than ours. Got Pete.
It's dangerous. This fame thing is dangerous. Okay.
you
well,
guys did this. So, just.
Okay.
That's enough.
That's it. So no millennial word Monday, obviously, because Taylor's an enemy now.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to hear what he says on Behind Closed Doors tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. You guys have your...
I think it's best we have Dion because I think things just need to be put out in the open.
Full war.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk to Parker. I need to know where Parker stands.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Parker. I'll let Parker know, hey, we need some
Yeah.
clarity here.
Yeah, we did. I think we're owed it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all we got, guys. Thanks for sticking with us. Behind Closed Doors is out today on Instagram TV and YouTube. Obviously, by now you should know. Hit us up. If you think you see Pete walking around, hit us up on Instagram to find out at Group Chat Pod. MelroseStreetJournal.com is where you can find all of our articles and subscribe to our newsletter written by the snake himself, Taylor Off.
Taylor Snake off.
Our slithery newsletter.
Slipping into your email inboxes.
Yes. That's it. Thank you, guys. Also, thanks for the love on the 2-hour episode, man. It did really well. So,
Yeah.
fuck this clock. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know
From
why
now on,
we-
we're just talking.
It's pointless. It stops at an hour.
Just talking till I get tired.
You just have no idea how long you guys go.
All right. See you guys.